Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to the Brothers Barn. Today I'm going to show you what I'm doing to make my game table. Okay, so I'm going to make a custom game table, and it's going to be around 6 feet long and have about a 6-foot L. And then I'm also going to epoxy it. Not only am I going to epoxy it, I'm going to put some magical stuff on the inside. So you got to make sure you stay tuned for that video of what I'm putting in my game table. Now, this may be a 2 or 3 part video, so make sure you guys stay tuned and check them all out, because this is a very, very, very long process. So, let's get started on making this game table. So let's head to the barn. See you guys in a minute. Okay, gotta get our fire going so we can stay nice and warm out here, so we can keep the barn nice and toasty, so we can get this game table done. Okay, I got my little stop block in there. I measured everything to the measurements that I'm looking for, and right now I'm using 2x8s to make the top of my game table. So the stop block is to help keep everything at the same length, so that way I don't have to keep remeasuring. So I would suggest that you use a stop block, especially if you're making cuts the exact same length as I'm doing here. Right now we're making 4 pieces that are at 27 inches long, and we are using 2x8s. Okay, for our next cuts, we are cutting these at 67.5 inches long, and again we're going to be cutting 4 of these, and we are using 2x8s also. Again, I do have my stop block set up at the exact measurement, so that way I don't have to take the time to measure out each piece, so it's going to make the process a lot faster. Okay, after I got all those pieces cut out, I'm going to run each piece through the planer. I will run each side through the planer about 2 times to make sure it's got a nice smooth surface. And then I will flip it and do the bottom also, and run it through about 2 times also, till I feel like the boards are completely smooth and ready for the next step. What I like about this step is you can start to see the transformation from just some 2x8s that you picked up at the hardware store to getting to that table that you're wanting to build and seeing that smooth surface. Okay, so this step we're going to start sanding all the boards that we just got done cutting and planing. We're going to use the 120 grit sandpaper to start with. Okay, I will be sanding it, going back and forth and trying to make sure I get every inch of each board sanded. I also will be doing the edges and knocking off any split ends from the board. So let's get all this sanding done, and after I get done doing the 120 grit, I will move up to 220 grit sandpaper for the final sanding to make sure it's super smooth. As I said, I will be sanding the top, the bottom, and all the sides. In this video, I'm using the 220 grit sandpaper. Okay, so now you can start to see how this table is going to look. I've gotten everything cut to length, and I've gotten all the pieces sanded. So this piece of board, what we're going to do with this is we're going to measure it. We're going to measure this board at 20 inches. Mark it. Now we're going to set our stop blocks to measure out at 20 inches so we can make sure that we get the exact same cut each time, because we're going to make 2 of these. Probably wondering, what are we going to do with 2 of these boards? And no, they're not 2 inches thick. So what are we doing with those? Well, stay tuned and you'll see what my idea is for this game table and what these 2 boards are going to be for. Okay, back to sanding these 2 boards now. Again, starting with the 120 grit, and then I will move up to 220. So I'm not going to show all that, but again, just sanding all corners, front, back, and all edges. Find the middle. Do you guys see what I'm trying to come up with right now? Do you see what my process is going to be? Have you figured it out? There will be some pictures at the end, so make sure you stay tuned and watch the end. Now I'm drawing my line for where I measured 11 inches from the center of the board for each one. And then I'm going to cut those pieces off. So now I am measuring 3 inches spacing between each board to make sure all my measurements is where I want them to be. I want a 3-inch gap between each board. And then the board that I cut just a minute ago, that board right there, that board is going to be for the center of my game table. So I'm going to put some goodies inside that. Oh yeah. This is why I measured at 11 inches, so I could have an inch gap in between each board, so that way the river will flow between them. So this is the picture of the way the game table will look after it's done. And you can see the center is where your eyes are drawn to, and that is where I want to add some special stuff to make this game table pop even more. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, appreciate it if you guys give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, as this is video 1 of a 2 or 3 part video. In the next video I will definitely be showing you putting the centerpiece together and staining, what stain I'm going to use, and then possibly getting the epoxy poured. So we will see how long all that takes. But appreciate everybody watching. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. Until next time, guys, later.